Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to react to the Goodreads Choice Award winner. So once again, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you decided to click on this video. So today, I think it was today, it might have been yesterday, I don't know. The Goodreads Choice Award winners were announced and I haven't looked at them yet, and I thought this would be a fun video because I know a lot of people have done this in the past and it's always kind of fun. So I figured let's do it, right? So let's see, I'm doing this on my computer, but I will of course put it on the screen as well. So maybe I should scoot over a little so I have somewhere to edit it into. So let's see, Goodreads, and the winners are in. So let's see what we've got. So the winner of Best Fiction is Yellowface with over 200,000 votes. Why won't it tell me what I voted for, or will it? Oh, it will. I voted for Mame, so that was not even close. That was in 8th place, but I thought that was fantastic. Man, just like looking at all of the things that were nominated, like I would have put a lot of these before Yellowface. I did enjoy it, but it just like, I don't know if it was exactly like what I would have picked. Obviously, I didn't. But also The Wishing Game, I don't know what people's deal is with that book. I liked it, but it was like nothing incredible, but whatever, that's just my opinion. So let's move on. Hi, Editing Laura here. So I had like completely skipped in this video historical fiction. I didn't actually skip it when I was recording, but at some point I guess I just deleted that clip, and so you will notice it's missing and I make reference to it later in the video. So sorry about that. The winner was Wayward, which I'll talk about a little bit more later on, but yeah, I couldn't actually go back and find the clip without basically undoing all of my editing, so I figured this was the easiest way. So thanks for understanding. Mystery thriller. And the winner there is The Housemaid's Secret, which is an interesting choice. I haven't read it, but I have it on my shelf, and I would like to finish it before the end of the year. It's just one of those really quick, easy reads that I think like would definitely be light in the sense that it doesn't require a lot of mental energy to get through. So I'm interested to see how that goes because, yeah, I just would not have picked that out of all of these books, especially considering how spirited and emphatic some thriller and mystery readers are. They really have their favorites that they love, so I definitely wouldn't have picked this as the overall winner. But let's see, second place was None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, which I really loved. The only one left was in third place. What did I pick? I picked The River We Remember, which again was like not even close to the top. 11th place. There were a lot of these that I feel like I could have given my vote to, but none of them were the first one. All the Sinners Bleed. I have some questions for you. All of these could have been books that I would have voted for, but oh well. Interesting choice. On to romance. Oh God. If you've been watching my channel since like the spring, you know that Happy Place is one of the books I've disliked the most this entire year, so you will see me talk about that, and by talk I mean rant again about that before the year is through. So, yeah, this is the winner by a lot. I wholeheartedly disagree, but interesting, and I honestly am not surprised at all. I'm kind of surprised that Allie Hazelwood wasn't closer because she also has some very, very fanatic readers, but I feel like people are maybe starting to get a little bit tired of her books. I literally haven't read one, full disclosure, but from what I hear, they're kind of all the same, and people are a little bit tired of reading about her stuff. So let's see what else is on here and what I voted for. Oh, okay. Well, look, I'm gonna call myself out because I did vote for The 7-Year Slip, which I didn't actually read. I kind of voted based on things that I had heard other people say because I've only read, I think, Happy Place and romantic comedy, neither of which I really liked. Calling myself out. Sorry, guys. It didn't win, so it really didn't matter anyways, but usually that's something that annoys me, but I'm just not really a romance reader. I probably should have just skipped the category if I didn't know what I wanted to vote for, but whatever, it's fine. Let's go to Romantasy, where I'm sure I did the exact same thing and I voted for something that I thought sounded the best. Obviously, Fourth Wing won because, of course it did, by like 360,000 votes. That's kind of wild. Assistant to the Villain was second, which was my choice, even though I didn't read it. It's definitely the one that sounded the best, and if I was gonna read anything on this list, that would be it. Yeah, it's like kind of wild how it's not even close to anything else that's on here. They really, yeah, that was the pick, and there was like nothing else even remotely close. Fantasy. Hellbent is the winner by Leigh Bardugo. I haven't read any of these, I don't think. I voted for the Salman Rushdie book. Why? Not sure, but it wasn't really even close. This got 4,000 votes, so yeah, wasn't gonna be a winner, but good job, Leigh Bardugo. I'm happy that, you know, people liked this sequel, so that's lovely. Sci-fi. In the Lives of Puppets by T.J. Klune was the winner, and I voted for Starter Villain by John Scalzi, which got 31,000 votes. In the Lives of Puppets got 57,000. So, you know, it was the third place vote, but it wasn't like super, super far behind like some of the others. I'm not really a huge sci-fi reader, if you hadn't noticed, but I do actually have a lot of these on my TBR. Ascension by Nicholas Binge. I have, I've wanted to read The Future, we'll see. I have Chain Gang All-Stars on my list. I have The Light Pirate, and The Marriage Act by John Mars. Like, a lot of these are books that I am definitely interested in reading, so we'll see. But yeah, I didn't read In the Lives of Puppets. I didn't really hear anything either way about it. I think it's like about like a Pinocchio sort of retelling with like robots. I don't know. Let's move on to horror. The winner of the horror category is Holly by Stephen King, which I think is well deserved, although apparently that is not what I voted for. I do know that I didn't vote for it because I thought it would win anyways, so I was just like trying to give my vote to something else. I gave my vote to Black Sheep by Rachel Harrison, which was like a book that kind of turned me on to this author who is now like, I consider like an auto-buy author, like one of my favorites now. So that's pretty awesome that she got, you know, some of these votes. I don't really consider myself like generally that much of a horror reader, but I have read a lot of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I guess that's not that many, but 5 out of 12 is actually kind of a lot. Or is it 16? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I have read 5 of these, and Holly is a very well-deserved book. I'm very happy that it won. Next up is young adult fantasy and sci-fi. We'll see what I voted for and what won, because I do not know if this is something that I actually read. Divine Rivals. Well, I've actually heard of this book despite not being a YA reader and also not a fantasy reader. So that is interesting. It's probably because it's a book talk book. I really don't even look at book talk, but I know that this was a popular one. So let's see if anything else on here is anything that I've even heard of. No. And it looks like at this point I wised up and stopped voting for things that I hadn't read, and I just skipped the category. So I'm glad I finally caught on to that was a thing I could do. Yeah, I don't really know anything about Divine Rivals or any of the other books to give like a good opinion on whether I think it's deserving, but based on popularity, I would say it's deserving. Young adult fiction went to Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I didn't even know she was writing YA now. So that was the winner. In second place is The Brothers Hawthorne, which I didn't read. This is I think the fourth book in the Inheritance Games trilogy. I thought it was a trilogy. I think it was originally supposed to be a trilogy. And after the second one, I was like, this book is chaos. I can't do this series anymore. So I'm glad some people are still enjoying it, but I am definitely not going to be picking that series up again. Did I? Oh, well, my choice was obviously going to be Reign in the American Royals, the conclusion of the series by Catherine McGee, because it was amazing, and I just love that book series. I wish this had won. Oh, I also loved Forget Me Not, which got 2,700 votes, so that's kind of a bummer, because that was really incredible, but I had to vote for Reign. Man, they were some good YA books, I guess. I don't really read many of them, but two of them were like some of my favorites of the year, so that's good. All right, moving on to debut novel, Wayward by Amelia Hart. So this also, if you can remember a few minutes ago when we talked about it, won the historical fiction Goodreads Choice Award. And, it's very weird because this kind of says like it blends elements of magical realism and historical conjecture. So I feel like that isn't exactly a historical fiction, but maybe, just my opinion. So that's kind of a bummer that it kind of, I mean, it's good for this, it's good for anybody that liked this book or that is really into it, but there were really some deserving books on here that it kind of bums me out that won two things. Looking for Jane is a book that I absolutely loved. Same with Mame. Adelaide is one of my top books of the year. So obviously that got my vote, and I'm disappointed that it didn't do better. I know these are all just voted by people, and so books that just didn't get as much publicity and didn't get read as many times are not going to do as well just by virtue of no one ever hearing of them. But I really wish that had done a little better, but what can you do? And Shark Heart, I'm glad that's on here, even if it didn't win or get close to it, because it really was wonderful. Now on to nonfiction. I probably haven't read any of these because I really am not a nonfiction reader. The winner was Poverty by America by Matthew Desmond. Haven't heard of this, but it kind of sounds good. I mean, this is a really interesting concept. It sounds really good, talking about uncomfortable questions about poverty in the United States. How do we fix this? And it's interesting because just today I was reading the book Class by Stephanie Land, which is the author of Maid, and it kind of follows her story about how she managed to get through college with a daughter as a single mom, being a house cleaner, and just like having not very much support. And it's like really, really interesting and like horrifying how much America does, like the government does not help people that need it. So this might be another really interesting one to read. Did I vote in this category? Nope, I did not, because I haven't read a single one of these books, so that's all I got to say about that. Moving on, memoir and autobiography. Number one, the winner was Britney Spears' The Woman in Me, which is what I voted for. I've read a few of these, so I definitely could have voted a few different ways. I also read Spare by Prince Harry, which came in second, which I did really like. Third place was Page Boy by Elliot Page, and I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I really did not like that book, and it's just a bummer because I think it had a lot of promise. It could have been a really interesting story if he went a different way telling it, but I feel this is not a review of that book. We're gonna move on. But that, yeah, it's, if you want to talk about it, let me know because I have stuff to say. Did I read any more of these? A lot of these are books that I own and that are like on my TBR, but not books I have currently finished. But I did really like Britney Spears' book, so I'm happy that she won. History and biography. I can guarantee you I didn't read a single one of these. And the winner is The Wager, A Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny, and Murder. It's about a bloody fate of an 18th century British warship that generated two groups of survivors, each telling a different tale of what really happened. That sounds really interesting. I like that. That's very interesting. I probably will never read it, but it does sound good if you are a history person and this is the kind of stuff that you like to read, you gravitate towards. Definitely sounds like it could be a good one. Anything else looks good? Nothing really sticking out to me that I would want to probably ever read. Just, this is not my genre, and you know. Moving on, the last category is humor. I also don't know if I've read any of these. The winner is Being Henry, The Fonz and Beyond, which I have not read, but I do have on my shelf, and I would look forward to reading, and now I look forward to reading even more because I think he is a funny guy. I like his, everything he's done. I like the way he's the roles he takes are fantastic, so this will definitely be one that now I'm way more motivated to get to soon. Let's see, did I read anything else? Or I guess not else, I didn't read that. I have Quietly Hostile. I definitely want to read it because Samantha Irby is hilarious. Oh, I read this, The World Record Book of Racist Stories. I enjoyed that. Came in kind of low down here, but still really cool that it got on here. And those are all of the ones that I've read. Well, that was not that exciting, honestly. Nothing really shocked me, but it was fun to kind of react to it, and I'm really interested to see what other people think. So let me know in the comments if you agree with these, if there's any that you are outraged and just personally offended by, like I am with Happy Place, if there is any that were really unexpected, and if there were any that totally missed the finals that you think I should read, please let me know in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!